Kwasua na ti era one radio empenyini say yensoma na motenten yesoma banyasafo era one radio yede nsem anomuaye ebrem. Kwasua na ti era one radio empenyini say yensoma na motenten yesoma banyasafo era one radio yede nsem anomuaye ebrem.
Hello, good evening, Era One radio listeners and viewers all over the world. This is the one and only Era One. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and of course, when you go to Modern Ghana Radio, there are a plethora of radio stations, but you will see Era One there. Era One is a holistic radio station. What I mean is that we have various facets of broadcasting. We have the health program, we have marriage, we have politics, we have education, name it all. We have all on Era One. Tonight, I am broadcasting from the one and only Era One studio. I'm your host, Charles Boison. Tonight, I don't have my panel with me, but we're still going to work tonight because we believe that we have to bring knowledge to our people. I want to give thanks to Dr. Osei Tutu, who has been manning the station all day. Dr. Osus, I salute you, the jack of all trade and the master of everything. He's been manning the studio. Thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to all the Era One management board that has made this possible. Well, of course, today is September the 4th. And August has been a very, very unbearable month. Of course, it's also memorable. We had the war of Afghanistan came over in the month of August. And during the evacuation where, the allies were supposed to evacuate to parts of the world and United States, there was, some kind of data was incurred. 13 of the service members were lost. Some Afghans were also lost. So we want to say, give our condolences to all the families that have lost family members. Of course, you cannot forget about Hurricane Ida. I don't know who named that Hurricane Ida, but it's been a strong wind that is, taking lives also away. So we are praying that those who were in the line of Hurricane Ida, we are praying for you that those of you have lost homes. Many have lost homes. There is still power outage, and many are still wallowing in what is going on. So our prayers are with you. We pray that these waters will recede gradually. And of course, parts of New York and New Jersey, the East Coast, were also bombarded with rains and storms. So we are praying that all of you will be safe and sound. Our prayers go to all of you. And of course, I also want to say that my stepmom also kicked the bucket just yesterday, Auntie Asibi of Fadama. So my Fadama family, I want to express my condolence, and I pray that we all stay healthy and condole. Thank you very much for joining us. In case you want to join us tonight, the number to call in is 240-280-2633. 240-280-2633. And if you want to text, it's 510-931-0946. And I want to welcome my daughter, my niece, Comfort Boison Kabu is with us in the studio all the way from UK. Comfort, you are very much welcome. All right, so tonight, we are the edition of health we call Health is Wealth, Protect It. And I'm sure you heard me say this several times. Health is wealth, protect means that if you are healthy, you are worthy. And so protect it. The money that we spend buying all this medication, going to hospital, of course, some of you have insurance, so you don't worry too much about it. But all put together, the money that we spend, whether it's co-pay or whatever it is, those monies can go into your sachets or your savings account. That all together make you worthy. So if you are healthy, you wake up in the morning and you know that, God, I am still alive. That is a blessing, because we don't know how sleep even comes over us. God has intricately made the human body that we never even understand how it works. So you have to keep your body healthy and it will also keep you strong for you to be able to do what God has ordained you to do. All right, I want to start with this a meme that a friend of mine sent to me. That is my friend in Pensacola, brother Maurice Patterson. Normally he sends me stuff on WhatsApp, and it's so exciting. So we are talking about September being a healthy aging month. If you take the health calendar, I mean, of course, the world or US has divided the various months into various health awareness. And September has a lot of them. One of them is healthy aging. And this is one thing that most people don't want to talk about. If you ask people, what is your age? They kind of shudder a little bit to tell your age. When we were kids, when we were trying to grow older and be responsible and live in our own rooms and do whatever you want to do. But as you keep growing old, when they ask you your birthday, you just want to dodge it. That is why when they sing happy birthday and they ask you to how old are you now, that you just want to dodge that aspect and just put some lyrics there. But tonight we're talking about healthy aging. Aging is not a bad thing. It depends on how you look at it. So I'm going to start with my meme that Morris sent to me. It's a very jovial meme. It says when it talks about COVID-19, now the new normal is avoid touching men. Someone is going to ask, what do you mean by avoid touching men? The meme that was used as an acronym. The M means mouth. Avoid touching your mouth or somebody's mouth. Eyes and the nose. That is the men, M-E-N. Mouth, eyes, and nose. In the midst of COVID-19, avoid this. And whoever wrote it also goes ahead to say, instead, follow women. Why would you want to follow women? Of course, they are mothers, our sisters and wives, and yeah, it says follow women. And the woman, the acronym is broken down. W is wash your hands. O is obey social distance. Then the M is mask up. And E is exercise and eat well. And N is no unnecessary traveling. So it says instead follow women. Wash your hands, obey social distance, mask up, exercise and eat well, no unnecessary traveling. Even if you hold the handle of a bar or thumbs, if you have a sanitizer in your hand, just make sure you rub it and avoid any carrying of infection on you. On that note, let me just remind you where you are. We are on era 1. Let me just take this quick message. And again, thanks to Comfort for joining us this
year. Era 1 radio. Empenyini say. Yensuma na motenten yesuma benyasafo era 1 radio yede nsem anumuaye ebrem.
All right, we are back on Era 1 Radio with our Health is Worth broadcast. Health is worth protected. And tonight we're talking about healthy aging gradually. And when you are young, let me say, when you are young, you don't really bother or mind the kind of food that you eat or what you do with your life. When we were growing up, we used to go and play chaskele, all those games, soccer and what have you. We were strong. And so whatever food we got, we didn't even mind where it's coming from, whether it's only carbohydrates or whether it's just starchy food, we just put it down and, it just goes out. And nobody minded until you get to the 39s and the 40s where your metabolism begins to go down. Your metabolism begins to slow down. And then now you want to watch what you are eating. So as we age, we want to make sure that you are watching what you are eating and you are staying healthy. All right, COVID even recognized women as the best. Okay, men poor, okay, that's what Comfort is saying. That COVID even recognizes women as the best. Okay, all right, thank you very much. All right, so the term age is a term that normally when you mention, people want to stay away from it. It's kind of awkward that nobody wants to even express or tell their birthday. I don't even remember the last time I told anybody what my birthday is. But of course, we are all growing up. And with age also comes, stuff that goes down. We want to be graceful, we want to make sure we are eating right. We are taking care of our health. We are going for the necessary medical checkups. And so as you age, you have to prepare for age with all the stuff that comes with it. So I want to share some tips that I kind of gathered from Medline. I was reading through, and it kind of actually aroused my curiosity. I said, let me read more and let me get some, what we call apo. And that was very good information. I said, you know what, this is knowledge that you want to share with people. We all want to have the right knowledge and live with the best knowledge so that we can, grow older. Bible says that God gave us 70 years and by reason of strength, 80. Some people don't get there. Some people go beyond it. It all depends on how good you take care of your health. Nobody knows the age you told God you were going to come to the end and go back. Nobody knows. But, Bible tells us Moses was writing about the fact that God is giving us 70 years and by reason of strength, 80. So if you live to be 80, people say, oh, he lived a good life. That is why if you die below 30 or something, they say, oh, gone too soon. You see posters, and so they say, gone too soon because you left earlier than you were expected to go. All right, so when I was writing my dissertation on obesity, one of the first lines that, I put up was the fact that Americans are getting fatter and fatter. Of course, not everybody is getting fatter, but there's so much food here. I mean, there's food here. You don't even have to worry about what you're going to eat the next day. All you have to go is go to your refrigerator, open it, and voila, there the food is. And so if you don't discipline yourself, you'll be tempted to eat anyhow. And especially when COVID-19 struck and most of us had to telework, that even made it whole thing worse, because teleworking, you are sitting at home. Of course, you have your office, you are working, you think you are working, but then every 10 minutes you are tempted to pass through the kitchen, open the fridge, and maybe you said you were going to drink water, but you ended up taking a juice, or I don't know what is drinking alcohol, so I'm not even going to mention that. But there was a food in the fridge waiting for you. So we have to, be very careful. There's so much food, and so if you don't discipline yourself, then it's going to be a problem. Back in the days when we were in Africa, you eat, and right after the eating, you just go and you are working. Everywhere you go, you are working. You don't have the luxury of, these days is better. But those days, it wasn't luxury for you to just leave your living room, jump into your car, just in the garage, and, drive away. You have to walk either to the bus stop, petrol station, wherever, and that entailed exercise. So whatever you ate, you were able to burn it down quickly, but not so in this generation where food abounds and we hardly even exercise. So it's imperative upon us to actually make sure we are living well. Now people in the US are living longer, and the number of older adults in the population is growing. And of course, as we age, our minds and bodies also change. They slow down. Having a healthy lifestyle can help you deal with all these changes. It may also prevent some health problems and help you to make the most of life. As we grow older, we have to contend with, issues with sharpness of our minds. Our mind begin to depreciate. You said you're going to pick something in the fridge. You end up, picking something else, and dementia setting, Alzheimer's setting. So these are all stuff that comes with old age. So these are the things that we have to watch. Some of these things are preventable. We can prevent them. It's not everything that we have to rush to the hospital. If you are taking good care of our lives and we are watching what we eat, trust me, it's going to be okay. So let's look at some of these eating habits. If you want to live longer, these are some of the things you have to look for. Of course, it's not any witch or witchcraft wizard that is going to chew you up, but then the way you take good care of yourself will even let you know whether you're going to grow older or you're going to extend earlier. It all depends on how you want to take good care of yourself. So healthy eating, as you eat, your diet may also change. Back in the days, you could, like I said, you could eat anything. Your metabolism is kind of, fast. So anything you put in 3-4 hours is gone. But as you grow older, things change. Your metabolism gets slower. And so whatever you put in is not, leaving your body, digesting, assimilating, and living earlier. So you have to make sure your body is getting the right food. Instead of just eating junks of calorie, what you need when you are growing up is nutrients. You want to cut down on, those red meats. They keep telling us, but of course, practically, they are not easy to follow, because you see the steak and all that stuff and say, boy, let me just, take one. And the next time, you are eating three, 4, 5. So it's a disciplined lifestyle. You have to intentionally make up your mind to live healthy, to grow healthy. The phrases gone too soon, we don't want to see them anymore. So we are making every effort, pray and also live well. Don't say, God, make me stronger and make me live 100 years or 969 like Methuselah, and right after that you go and sit behind Gary Photo and eat all in a go. You want to make sure you are avoiding empty calories such as food like chips, candy, baked goods, all those things we want to stop, and alcohol. I will come to that later. But if you want to grow older, if you are aging and you want to age beautifully and nicely, some people have grown over 70 and they are still strong. They can walk, they can run, they take their grandkids to the park, and you wonder, but somebody is also just 42 and they cannot even lift anything. So these things are all subjective. It depends on how you want to carry your body. So you want to make sure you are eating healthy. It's not everything that can be put in your mouth that is healthy. Sometimes you take the food and you ask yourself, what is this going to do to my body? If I put it in, of course, my body needs fuel, but is it everything that must go into my body? I mean, I like drinking milk, but then I realized it's not every milk that I can drink. Sometimes I long for tin milk evaporated and all that. My body cannot take it. I am lactose intolerant, so I cannot drink some of those milk. All I have to go is for lactose free. Of course, I didn't know until I came. I realized that my body wasn't tolerating some of the regular milk. You have to know what your body can stand, and don't tempt your body. Don't say, "Oh, I know. As for me, I'm macho. I can handle it." Please know what you can and what you cannot. All right. So we also have to think about regular physical activity. It's been recommended that at least you exercise 3 times in a week. And this 3 times minimum could be walking. Nobody says you should go to the park and run every day, but then you can just walk every evening. Just walk, even 30 minutes is better than nothing. Make sure you are walking briskly. You are asking your heart to pump faster, to work harder. Make sure the blood is flowing from your heart to the other parts of the body, and it's bringing back the deoxygenated, blood back to your heart to be, nourished again and go back. That is how it's supposed to be. You are exercising. Don't stay 7 days without doing anything. I mean, you don't have to run every day of your life, but you also don't have to eat every day of your life. Do some exercise, and it's recommended that at least do about 30 minutes of rigorous exercise. Let your body move. Let your arms move. Don't just go to the gym and just exercise your legs and walk away. Make sure every part of your body is being exercised. Let the blood in your system circulate. Let it move around. Let it not just sit in one place. So we have to resort to physical activity. It's very good for the body. It sharpens the mind too. It makes you active and you are fresh. I mean, have you realized that when you come from the gym, you feel like your body has been rejuvenated? It works. It's just like going to a vehicle, going to a mechanic or going for a tune-up. It runs faster, better. Your spark plugs are tuned up and everything is straight. That is the way the body works. See the body as a machine that needs all the tune-up. It needs all the maintenance you have to do. Some people drive their cars for almost close to a year without changing oil. Brother, sister, you're going to break the engine. The manufacturer put a time. There are some cars that every 3,000 miles you have to change the oil. Every 5,000, especially Toyota cars, they put it at 5,000. If it's 5,000, go and change your oil and service. It makes you run better. Don't just put the machine on the road and just run. That's the same way the body works. Make sure your body is, working well. Sometimes you have to detox. You have to clean your system. Drink a lot of, let it flush out. Don't just put in the pure alcohol. You are hurting your body. So please, these are things that we can do on our own. Sometimes you go to the hospital and I believe that the doctors are looking at you crazy and say, man, boy, what are you doing to your body? But they can't say it. They have to be polite. Some things we do when we go to the clinic or the hospital, the doctors are looking at us with some weird eyes. Why did you do this crazy stuff? Some of the things you are doing doesn't help your body, but you still want it. So that is why Era 1, we come your way every Saturday from 6 to 7 to educate. The little that we know, the little that we have gone to school to study, we want to impart it. We want to share our knowledge. So exercise is very good. We are in September. And as I said earlier on, one of the awareness of September is what? Healthy aging. Let us age smoothly. Somebody can look at you and say, oh, you are 60, but you look 40. Sometimes I wonder, somebody sees me, what do they assume my age to be? I don't know, but you don't want to be older than your age. If you are younger than your age, that is beautiful. Oh, he's 70 years, but he looks like 40. Yeah, then, people are happy about that. So we want to make sure we are doing all that we want to. And then another point is staying at a healthy weight. Healthy weight means you are in a height and weight system that is not, it's not above what's supposed to be. I mean, the doctors have a range. When you go, when a child is born, as they grow up, they have a time schedule, you know, a kind of graph, the vertical and the horizontal. They plot a graph and find out at this age, 6 months, 12 months, this is how the body is supposed to be. And if you go beyond it, they warn you. I mean, some people are above it, some are below it, but you have to watch your weight, you know. And when it comes to weight, they have all these calculations that you can check. These days, they have all the information on the web. Just by going to Google, you have all this, you know, information. You can start by checking your weight every morning. If you are scared of doing it, maybe do it every other day. Sometimes people stand on the scale and they rebuke the scale. Scale, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That is not my weight. But the scale is not lying. As long as it's well calibrated, it has the battery, it's not messed up and it's working. Whatever it gives you is your weight. So we have to watch it. You know, if you think that machine is not working, get a new one. Maybe leave the one in your house and go to another place and go to the hospital every now and then, check your weight. It's very important. I mean, we have the overweight where, I mean, we start with, you know, you are too obese, you go to all this lengths, and we have to watch them. I mean, I think I did a teaching, a presentation on obesity and all that weight and all that. You want to make sure you are staying within a recommended weight. That is why it is good to do your annual physicals, and they tell you, sometimes you don't believe yourself. But when you go and the doctor sits you down and say, hey, young man, you are going beyond your weight, you have to watch it. These things have all, you know, repercussions and problems with it. I mean, you can't cheat nature. So we have to make sure we are staying within the recommended weight. Don't be overweight. When you overweight, it comes with also its problems. You have heart issues, all kinds of stuff that you don't want to go into. So if you want to stay healthy, if you are saying September is a healthy aging month and you want to stay in that limit, then please check your weight. And let's keep our mind very active. I don't mean keeping the junk. Sometimes you just sit there and all kinds of junk comes into your mind. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, meditating and letting pure things, because Philippians, as written by Paul, says that whatever is noble, whatever is true, if there be any virtue, think on these things. Let noble things come into your mind. Put your mind to task. If you read a book, after reading maybe one or two pages, put it aside. Ask yourself, what did I read? What is the writer trying to say? Put your mind to work. I mean, if you lay down before you go to sleep and sleep is not catching up, let your mind begin to do active processes. You know, let your mind always, I mean, if you fill it with junk, then of course, junk is what you're going to get. But as we age and as we try to, you know, hit higher ages, because you don't want to die earlier before your time. You want to live and see your children's children. I mean, who doesn't want to be called grandpa or grandma? It's a beautiful thing. So the least we can do is to be nice to ourselves. Treat your bodies well. And I've said it before, that if your body can't take you to the journey that you have to go, your soul and your spirit, they can't do anything. As soon as you lay down, they are gone. I mean, if your body can't take you, maybe diabetes, heart attack, whatever it is, puts you down, and this body is no longer useful. The spirit and the soul, they just leave. So your ability to stay on earth and do all that God has placed in your life depends on how sustainable your body is, and we have to be able to stay healthy and, you know, straight. All right. Also, let's also make our mental health a priority. You want to make sure you are healthy. Your mind is healthy. I mean, issues like dementia, Alzheimer's, they all begin to creep in as we age. But if you've been taking very good care of your mind and your body, these things will not even come near you. I mean, it's not everybody who dies with the dementia or Alzheimer's. We have to make sure we are all treating our bodies. Our minds are straight. If you think you are going crazy, if you think that anytime you sit down, you are just talking crazy, and people think you are going cuckoo, please get it checked out. Let's make sure our minds are thinking well. Of course, when you see people, that's why they have a lot of asylum. When you go to Ghana, they have a lot of asylum places. You know, maybe somebody gets broken-hearted and all kinds of stuff, and they just walk on the street half naked and they are gibbering stuff and they are talking. You have to make sure your mind. Read about how to keep your mind healthy. Read books, challenge yourself, put your mind to task. Every now and then, grab a Sudoku or whatever they call it, those puzzles. Just grab them and start solving them. Let your mind, I mean, when you do some of those, you realize that, man, I need to sharpen myself. Sometimes I sit my little daughter down and She's faster than I am. I said, wow, I need to shaping up. Get some of these Sudoku, get some of these puzzles, and just try and your hands and make your mind sharp and make sure your mind is not going dull. Those of you who stop reading maybe at the age of 30, please go back. Keep reading every now and then. Write. If a poem comes in your mind, just scribble or put it down. And participate in activities that gives you joy. I mean, if you're doing something that is boring, of course, you're not going to get any satisfaction from it. Do something that will bring you excitement, bring you joy. You want to always do it. If it means chasing after your kids or your grandchildren, do it. If it brings you joy, do it. When you get off from work, I mean, don't spend 24 hours on your job. I mean, you want to make more money, but it's not healthy. At the end of 8, 9, or 10 hours of work, put a laptop or the computer down. Do something. Maybe sit and watch TV or something. Go for a walk with your spouse or your kids. Do something that will keep you active. Do something that is exciting to you. If it means gardening at the end of a hard day's job, somebody will say at the end of a hard day's job, you want to drink beer. If that is yours, well, I don't recommend it. But at the end of a hard day, maybe go to your backyard, do some gardening, and talk to nature. Some of these things are all healthy and they bring you, long life. And then let me talk about smoking before I take a quick break. All right, not smoking. Don't smoke. If you're a smoker, try quit. Now, let me ask you who is listening to me, do you smoke? And if you smoke, what is the reason behind your smoking? Because apart from the pleasure that smoking brings, I don't know what else it does to you. I mean, it doesn't give you any long life. It rather decreases your lifestyle, because there are some diseases when you go to the hospital or go to your provider, your doctor, the first thing they ask you, do you smoke? I mean, smoking, it doesn't help. It constricts your arteries and it doesn't help you. I mean, it leads to high blood pressure, and the problems that smoking brings far outweighs the pleasure. I know sometimes Shubinoye, they take the thing on their lips and the smoke is coming from everywhere. And somebody say, if God wanted you to smoke, if they'll put a chimney on your head. I mean, it's not a good thing. I'm not condemning for smoking, but I don't do it. I don't see any pleasure in it. I mean, when I was a little boy, peer pressure and we want to experiment. Somebody, hey, Charles, taste it. I did one and I called the whole day and said, this thing, anytime I see smoke, I'll run away. I don't even want the smell around me. So please, if you're a smoker, I would encourage you to quit it. I know it's difficult, but gradually, if you are smoking a pack a day, reduce it to 10 sticks. Gradually, you go to 5, 3. I mean, they recommend that you don't stop abruptly. That might give you other problem, but then slowly quit. And there's something that if you can just pray and God will help you. Try, put effort in it. Reduce from a pack to maybe 10 cigarettes and 5 and 2. By the time you not even hate it. When I even walk around people who smoke, I don't like the smell. I wish I could just run away. So smoking also decreases your lifestyle. I mean, your lifespan. So please, if you're a smoker, I will recommend it to you. I can't force you to stop smoking, but it's a recommendation that if you can quit it, it will help you. Apart from the financial gains, can you believe the money that goes into smoking? Even if you smoke a pack a day or 2 weeks, that money can go into your kids' college fund or something. There are some things we cannot afford. Some things we can. I mean, you can't tell me nobody should eat, or we have to eat to survive. But smoking is a pleasure. Some people say, oh, they smoke and it decreases their weight or something. I'm yet to see a verified research that actually it's just all in your mind. I mean, it could help, but then naturally, why don't you rather hit the gym? Do your work, do stuff that will help you rather than this solving the problem and bringing additional problems. So I want to encourage you, if you are smoking, please, 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 take advantage of this study, this presentation, and at all costs, try quitting. Start gradually. I'm not saying you should quit within a week, but then gradually, you come to a point that even when you see smoke, you want to kick it away. And if we avoid these things, it's going to help us with the way we live. We live. It's here for so you'll be a woman cigarette. She'll be near kakra embwa mpachawa so be to me and kapasa we see paro cry because we see cigarette nyama kakawunya and embwa and say near me person me said September bosome no calendar a America calendar fund a health awareness just so September de nyinche ne percent bibia wo be ya be ma wo yin ache no en na pese wo ye wadi die mo aduane se wo di wo sori a se lightos bia anapa we na be di awia we na be di na nyina wo hwede bia bisa wo se aduane wa me di ɛbɛboa me ana sɛ ɛbɛsɛ me nipadua ɛsan sɛ nipadua no Nyankopɔn de ama ne sɛ ɛgogo na sɛ tɔfom sisi a wontumi nyɛ hwebe wo sunsum ne wo kra na wo ne nyina bɛkɔ nti yɛnhwɛ yɛdidie mu yɛnhwɛ yɛn apɔmuden mu ye September de wankasa hyɛ wo ho bɔ sɛ September de me ankasa me bibi aboa me honam dua ne mɛkɔ gym na mɛkɔ a mɛkɔ sɛ 90 po na mɛnante me po adwuma bia ebi mu yɛ ɔmo de anapa ebi mu so yɛ ne enyimrɛ. It's not advisable doing it afternoon, but I see a lot of people doing it. But wankasa promise on say September film kwade wankasa we de obeye o body adoye se America na obetu se nante na obenante o bomodia na efabua ho. So on this note, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back I will continue.
Kosuwa na ti era one radio empenyini say yensoma na motenten yesoma banyasafo era one radio yedin nsem anomuaye ebrem. Kosuwa na ti era one radio empenyini say yensoma na motenten yesoma banyasafo era one radio yedin nsem anomuaye ebrem.
Nti sɛ mpakyɛ so bia wo question a opese obama ye bua answer mpakyɛ wobetumi atext ɛwɔ yinase number no ho opese fry 2402802633 na opese text so 5109310946 nti enyimre ye ka about na wobetumi atena ho ne ma yesa wo ye wa pomodin abema wanyi ache ne discuss nti if you have any questions bring it up and let's have a lively discussion. Let me give you a quick
Fiana, say to me, mania, any of me, mania, about Adana was so many so for sooner day. Adame, Adam crap, and I was any that's what's any that's all, any that's all, any that's on Sacra, any that's all, any that's on Sayo, any that's all, I am meant to be any that's all, any that's all, any that's all. Oh, adieu, get to say, and in a suicide. Adem cry, now you need a suicide. A crans in a diane, then if I didn't sing to mana. Adem cry, now you need a suicide. To a ready, my what did me to a cedar to me ready. Eh, woo ready. Then you come and come and power. Now our bones and is a sewer. Now my would be near. I dine was so was woman is so for some day. I didn't me back, I didn't cry. There I was sunny, that's so
to no so no beyama. If you say oji uhu, for money in your to no so. Pipa when you misoy, judging no beyama. If you say oji uhu, for money in your to no so.
The fortune dancium, sepe besia manaeja, any word sunny, Kawakuma to ye, Onyamiani Kubo, so Remuno Masua, any word sunny, Nanikunda, the fortune dancium, sepe besia manaeja, I'm a brewat your dear Kwawa. Obeya mauda usijami meni orewa nana nyamini wasitremu ebrebe swama wayo warifo kawakuma tuyem obonia mensubiem ebrebe swama wanyabao mensubiem nyamiani kuo mibeya mauda Zayo me pa me subiemo Kristoni kawakuma tuyemo
Awesome. I like this music so much. I could play it all day. Well, we're talking about healthy aging, which is one of the health awareness for September. And I was talking about smoking. I was talking about, staying healthy. And let me just quickly go to some of the effects of overweight and obesity. If you don't control these things, there are problems that come with if you are overweight or obese. Somebody will say, oh, I don't care how heavy or how weighty I am. But then please, these also come with these problems. If you have these things, if you are overweight, you are obese, expect some of these things to come your way. So at all costs, whatever you can do to limit and to cut overweight and obesity is going to help you. That's why I said earlier on, check your weight. There are some people who drink all kinds of medications to lose weight. That is not a recommendation. But then if you can exercise, watch your eating habits. It's all about lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that you create that you have to stick to. If you say, okay, I'm not going to eat this particular food for a month, or I'm not going to do this particular procedure or whatever for a month, you are psyching your mind and saying, okay, this is what I want to achieve, so I'm going to make sure I follow it. So please, for your own good, stick to some of these things. Because if you're overweight or obese, sometimes it gets to a point where your doctor puts you on medication. But of course, you know too that every medication, I don't know how many don't, every medication almost have some side effects. So it's treating you on this problem, but it will leave you on something else. I mean, there are some that will try to fix the issue, but also remember that if you are on medication for too long, it also has its side effects. So you want to make sure you are controlling this. So if you are overweight or obese, some of these things could come in, risk factors like type 2 diabetes. It's a common thing. Heart disease and stroke. I mean, stroke and heart disease, they are common things. I mean, heart disease used to be the number one until COVID came and, outran it. But still, you want to make sure you are taking care of your health. And besides that, you also have high blood pressure. I mean, where your systolic pressure and your diastolic are way too high. They tell us the normal is 120/80. I mean, if you are within that range, plus or minus 10, you are very good. But once you go over, let's say 140, they have classification for all that. So you want to make sure, besides your weight, you're also checking your blood pressure. You know, want to make sure every now and every week, try and check your blood pressure. If there are some things that are increasing your blood pressure, if stress or whatever, just find out. Some may be genetic, but then the ones that we can control, that is why having a very good lifestyle of walking, exercising can control some of these things. So you want to make sure you are checking them. And it's also lead to kidney disease. I mean, fatty disease are all components of being overweight or obese. And then certain types of cancer, they all come from, you know, being overweight and obese. There are all kinds of stuff that could creep in. Alzheimer's disease and other dementias, these are all areas that you want to look at. So as we are considering the September month of being healthy aging month, you want to check all this because, like I said earlier on, you can age beautifully. I mean, the gray hairs will come, but you are still healthy. And gray hair doesn't mean you are over old. It used to be, I mean, there are people that I know that when I was in high school, I have friends, you know, as early as first year, Form 1, they had gray hair. I mean, so beautiful. And of course, now they are still great. And because of losing hair, you can't even see it anymore. So gray hair is not necessarily age. Some people are genetic, but you want to make sure as you age, you are aging beautifully. I mean, your body is intact. You can still run. You can do everything. We don't have to get to 50, 60 and so, oh, the things I used to do, I do them no more. You still have to be able to do them. Every now and then I try to play soccer. I mean, I don't have the stamina as I used to be, but I love it. Not just watching Messi playing for PSG or formerly Barcelona, but I just love the game. So every now and then I try my legs here and there. You want to do some of the things that gives you pleasure that you love doing. So let's keep doing them. And let's look at fall. Fall is also something that happens in old age. Most aged people experience fall. That is why in the bathrooms, you have to make sure you have this kind of, you know, mat that protects you from falling. And they have rails and all that across your staircase or your bathroom. If you know you are prone to falling, please get a rail. I mean, if you go to the hotels, now even the hotels are making it available. They ask you if you are handicapped, if you need all that, they make provisions for it because nobody wants to be sued. No hotel wants to be sued. So if you get to a certain age and your limbs are weak and you need certain kind of protection, they give you the equipment that will help you not fall, because that could also sue the company. So if you think you have gotten to that age where you could easily fall, make sure your bathroom has all this nicely, wedged mats you put there. Or even if you have to sit, now they even have a kind of chair that you can sit in your bathroom. You don't even have to stand. I mean, because sometimes people even stand showering and they faint or they fall or stroke or all kinds of stuff. So if you have to sit in your bathroom and shower, whatever, do all you can and prolong your life. Nobody says you should die early. If you can extend your years, of course, I'm not saying you should live up to 150, 160 and you become a burden. Nobody wants to just sit at one place and people carry you wherever you want to go. That too is not really cute. But, Bible says that David died and he was still full of years and he was still strong. David did not die a limping man. After all the war that he had gone through, David was still strong and healthy. So you want to make sure you are aging beautifully, and it all depends on your lifestyle. You create your life. Of course, your life came from God, but it's your responsibility to make sure you are trekking this life beautifully. Of course, the Holy Ghost is not going to stand on your neck and say, oh, don't eat this cassava or whatever it is. I mean, you have to use your wisdom. There are some things that God is not going to tell you, oh, my son, my daughter, this morning, I want you to eat grapes or eat oats. I mean, some people do here in that way, but I just go to the fridge and whatever I see, I just use wisdom and I eat them. So you have to be sure you are eating healthy. Just get all the knowledge. These days, everything, you can even Google the food you want to eat. What are the benefits and what are the risk factors? What nutrients do you have in this food? I mean, now we live in a technological age. Everything is at your fingertip. All you have to just grab a mask or grab a mouse, laptop, or just Google and find the information. Everything is there. We used to live in days where you could hardly even find anything. I mean, even going to a library to pick a book was hard. But now, knowledge has so much abound that you don't even have to go anywhere. Just sit behind your computer and just surf and get all the knowledge. But as you sit down to surf too, it might get so comfortable you don't want to, get up. That is why these watches, I mean, people are solving problems. People are solving problems to make money. Somebody sits there and say, you know what? I don't want people to sit down for more than an hour without working. So they make watches, and these smartwatches, they even incorporate that you can program your watch after an hour. It will tell you, hey, get up and go and work. I program my watch, and after every hour that I've sat down without doing anything, it will tell me either stretch or go for a walk. So use these gadgets, use this technology to better your life. I mean, I don't know whether we're going to have a better world than this, but we live in a world where technology has made stuff so easy. I mean, life is good. Make use of it. Thank God for all that you have, and use the gadgets to better yourself. I mean, there are so many things you can do. If you have a gym, just go and, if you don't want to walk around the whole gym, just go and stand on the treadmill. The manufacturer has made it possible that you can stand in one place and still be running. I mean, won't pay an up then. Make use of all these gadgets and extend your life so that whatever God purpose for you to do, you'll be able to do it. I mean, dying before 60 years is not it's not a cool thing. I mean, we can live longer. So let's do all we can to be able to extend our lives. And it depends on your lifestyle. Lifestyle is what you set for yourself, that I'm going to discipline myself. This is what I'm going to do. You don't, I mean, here, the resources are there, but I haven't seen anybody who wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to eat 10 eggs every morning, every breakfast, I'm going to eat 10 eggs. You are killing yourself. All you need is one egg a day. I mean, one egg, if you want to just impress yourself, 2 or something. But all you need is 1 egg a day. And they even say that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's an axiom, an idiom that we've all come to live by. So we can enhance our lives by the lifestyle we create. You say to yourself, every lunch, I'm going to eat this portion of food. Every evening, you say to yourself, I'm working on myself, trying to not eat after 9 p.m. I want to stay in that, perimeter that after 9 p.m., I don't want to eat again. The food sits on your stomach and you are just there tossing about in your bed. So you have to take all this into consideration. All right, let me take a quick message, and then we'll come and continue. My time is almost up, but I believe
era one radio empenyini say yensoma na motenten yesoma banyasafo era one radio yedin sem anumuaye ebrem.
All right, so we are getting to the latter part of our broadcast for tonight. We are discussing health is worth protected. You have only one life to live, only one life. I don't know about reincarnation, but even if you reincarnate and you come back, I don't know what kind of form you're going to come with. So whatever you have now is all you have. So do everything you can to protect this life. So Era One comes to you live from Facebook and YouTube. You can call him 240-280-2633 or text 5109-310-946. And if you don't have the app on your phone, please go to your Google Store, Play Store, download the app on your phone. Anytime Era One is broadcasting, which of course is 24/7, you will reach us and you will enjoy this broadcast. You can always go back to Facebook, type in Era One Radio, or go to YouTube, Era One TV, and download the previous clips. I mean, there are video recordings on marriage, on finance. I'm going to, in a minute, read out some of our programs. I mean, we educate you on a holistic basis. Everything holistic just means that on all aspects, we want to make sure we are rounded broadcast, that we give every information that is possible. And so Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 8 p.m., our gentle, handsome brother Kobe Ashmani comes to do this program called Yensum. This is where he brings us news clips from Ghana, Africa, all over the world. Of course, if you live in the US, you are used to CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and all that stuff. But then those of you who intend to go to Africa or Ghana someday, you want to keep abreast. You don't want to just go one day and get shocked. I mean, that is what traveling shock. You've been in the States for 10, 20 years. You know what is going on, and you go and you realize that when I was living, there were 2 gutters in maybe Nima or Accra. You go back and it's now 4 or nothing. You don't want to get any culture shock. So Brother Kobe comes and, he entertains us as well as informing us with news clips, whether from Graphic, Times. Those of you who were Ghana dozers, you remember Times, Graphic. Now there are a myriad of newspapers. So you want to join Kobe every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. and suck all the information that has to present us. Sometimes, I don't even know what is going on in Ashanti Village or something. Kobe comes and he lays it down and I say, wow. And he was a teacher, so he actually explains, he reads the local language, the tree very well. You understand what has been said in English and he translates. So make a date with him every Monday and Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. on Around Radio. He comes Facebook, YouTube, Modern Ghana Era One. You will catch him there. Make a date with him. And the same Monday too, from actually from 6 to 7, we have what we call the Premier Financial Presentation. Our brother Isidu Marfo and Dr. Prince, they come. These guys are knowledgeable in finance, accounting, and they want to share their knowledge, filing of taxes, what to expect. All that they come on this show 1 hour and they explain to us what it means, how to, manage your own finances. Some of you are paid so much, and by the end of the month, when you get your paycheck and you pay all your debts, nothing is left because you overspend or you don't even appropriate your money. So everything that comes in is gone. You want to make a date with these guys and listen to their presentation, learn something from it. Some of you file your taxes and you have maybe hundreds and thousands. Some of us will file and we don't get anything. There are reasons for all that. So you want to understand. Don't say, it's not a straight jacket as they used to say, because what somebody is filing and what you are filing is different. You have to understand the principle, the way the tax system works here. And you can only get that when you make a day with them every Monday evening, 6 to 7, and listen to this Apple, listen to them explain. Well, then you say, this is what it means. Because you cannot be jealous when somebody files their tax and they get $1,000 and you are getting $2, so you are even paying back. I've been paying back for a while. I don't know when I'm going to stop. But it all depends on, the way systems are set. So you want to understand. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I come your way with what we call the divine connection. Normally, I don't like presentation by myself. I do a panel discussion where I bring in the smart and learned people. We do the divine connection. Sometimes we do biblical perspective and all kinds of discussion where we bring divinity into humanity and we help you understand something. So meet me on Tuesday and Thursday and let's go over. Wednesday's already explained that. On the Thursday evening, from 9 to 10, our brother Eja Otu, Dr. Fume and Auntie Mabi, they come and they do what we call our Munsem. They explain some marriage tune-ups. I listened to their show this past Thursday and I was so blessed. They take a topic and they explain. I think the last topic they did was, if you have a fiance, you are married and you have a previous girlfriend or boyfriend, do you still invite him into your life? What if you are divorced and they have to see their kids? It was an interesting story. Go back to YouTube, Facebook, and pull some of these clips and listen. They are so entertaining. And all that we do on Era One is free. You don't pay anything by the power of technology. But again, if you are enjoying our programs and you want to say, hey, Jack, what you guys are doing is fine, although you are not getting paid. We want to sow something into your station. Call the CEO, Dr. Setutu, 240-280-2633 and say, hey, brother, I believe in what you are doing. I want to sow a seed into your project so you can also help people. Dr. Setutu has a vision of helping people, the underprivileged in certain parts in Africa. He has a vision for that. So if you want to bless, nothing is too small or nothing is too big. You can be a partner in this production and let us all educate ourselves and bless those who are less fortunate. On Fridays, we have what we call the Count Your Blessing. Our brother Siedu, Dr. Ostus, come in every Friday evening and they tell us what God is doing in their life. Sometimes you listen to the testimony of people and you say, God, if you did this for Joe, you can do it for me, you can do it for Amma. So come, let's listen to the Count Your Blessing show every Friday evening live on Era One, and you will be a blessing. Saturdays, we have the Chukuchaka. This morning, whilst some of us were asleep, Dr. Osus was already up, cranking his machine, and asking birthday greetings and everything for everybody. When I miss it, I'll go back, pull it from Facebook or YouTube and listen all over again. It's such a blessing when you hear your name that, good morning, or I'm remembering Dr. Boison and all that. It's a blessing that somebody thinks about you. So if you have a birthday of somebody you know, a relative, a cousin, wife, just call the studio and tell Dr. Also say, this person is having a birthday, so and so. Play a music for me. And that reminds me, my daughter, niece in UK, Comfort's birthday is right around the corner. I think it's on Tuesday when I do my other show, 7th September. So those of you who are close to Comfort, her birthday is on the 7th of September. Remember her and do her good. Send her some greetings. Let her feel that her being born on September 7th is a blessing. Of course, my daddy was born on 6th September. So I always remember those two, my dad and Comfort. They are so close, 6 and 7, So call Dr. Ostus and request the music. Man, people feel so blessed. And it's such an exciting thing when you hear your name on the radio or somewhere that, oh, so and so is calling your name and requesting music for you. This man doesn't miss a beat. I don't know how he gets the names, but then calling people, people, his father, everybody that he knows, everybody, he calls everybody by name. So if you have somebody celebrating their birthday, do so. Don't wait till the people die before, rest in peace. Of course, you wish them rest in peace, but wish them happy birthday when they are still alive. All right. And so that's Saturday evening, just like we have in here, 6 to 7, we have the Health is Wealth show. Like I said, normally we have a panel discussion where we take a topic and then we educate the masses. I think some of my panel are taking a little break, so I had to fill in and just put in this topic to make sure we are giving you something. So every Saturday 6 to 7 we have our Health is Wealth show, preceded by in the morning with Dr. Ostus Chukwuchaka. Sunday, I love Sundays. Sundays in the afternoon we have the Adedemu show. Some of you like gospel music, as others like high life, and some people like both. I like both, and it gives me pleasure to listen to some of the old music by A.B. Krenzel. A.B. Krenzel is a good singer, but I particularly like one of his songs. It's so beautiful. And sometimes the first time I heard Adam and Eve, oh Lord, I say A.B. Krenzel, what a music, that was a classic music, but it was just crazy how this guy used Adam and Eve and the apple to conjure this music is something else. But so those of you who like high life music, join in on Saturday mornings and afternoon. Enjoy all this high life music. You are in the States, you want to enjoy Ghanaian music or African music or Nigerian music, this is the station to join in. And it's so exciting to refresh yourself with all kinds of music. And then on Sunday evening, we have in the afternoon, Sister Emily comes with a Listener's Digest. I'm sure she's going to be on this next week. Actually tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, expect her. And in the evening, the four ladies, I call them the quartet, led by the First Lady, Mrs. Abena from Poma Dorcas, with her team, Sister Annette, Sister Selena, and Sister Gifty. They come in to spice the station. All four of them, sometimes they have a guest who comes to add up and they discuss pertinent, simple issues in marriage, and they make it so exciting. So you want to join this quartet every Sunday from 7 to 8:05, and you will be a blessing. Well, my time is almost up, and thank you for joining me this evening. Comfort, thank you for staying up. It's still late in UK, almost going to midnight, but you hung around to be a blessing. And as I said, all of you can go to Facebook, YouTube, download the clips. We have since everyone is almost a year, you can go and pull all these videos and educate yourself. Of course, we don't play anything profane or we stick to a higher morals. We don't insult anybody. We do clean job here. So if you want to request music, whatever it is, just call in the station 240-280-2633. And as we become a blessing, be a blessing. And so stay healthy. Pray for people, pray for those in New Orleans going through the Hurricane Ida, those in New Jersey, New York. I pray for all of you that, the waters will recede and life will come to normal. Sometimes these things are really something you can't live with, but they are natural causes. You can't, get away from them. So we pray that we'll be able to deal with them as they come along. And so, well, in a nutshell, September has a lot of health awareness. There are beaucoup of them, cancers, everything. And what we did today was healthy aging. You can age beautifully and you still be strong and do the things that you used to do without even missing a beat. So don't say when I'm 50, I can't run anymore. You can still run. Although you can't outrun Hussein Bolt or the ladies, but then you can still do your little, this morning I tried to do 100 meters at the gym and I couldn't do more than, there's no way I could do less than 12 seconds. That is a lot. Hussein Bolt will laugh at me for doing that, but I am growing. When I was 12, 13 Augustines, I was beating those boys in 100 meters in school. Now I can't do that anymore, but at least I still run to make sure I'm exercising. So let your body exercise. Eat well. and treat your body good. I mean, if there's something you can do well to your body to make you feel good, no inferiority complex, do everything you can in moderation. Live longer, see your children's children, and let life be a blessing to you. Thank you. Have a good evening. And right when I leave the studio, Dr. Oz is going to continue playing all kinds of music. So enjoy. Stick around. I mean, whether you are doing laundry or you are cooking, keep your station at Era 1 and enjoy all the music you can think about. Have a good evening and thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Aden urefiana se otumi manya eni about Aden wasua mani suwa fosunade Aden meba Aden kra ya useni da suasa eni da sonsa kra eni da sonsa yo